Hey guys, I'm back for another video this week. Um, I was going to show you some other records, but I picked up a new one today, so I just decided to show that one record today and kind of make that my record for the video. And I have a record here from my new band that I've been just recently learned about within the last year or so. Um, and a lot of people compare these guys to Led Zeppelin, but they're actually young guys that are into classic rock. And they're really a pretty good sounding band. I can see where people get the Led Zeppelin reference from them. But the album and the band is Greta Van Fleet, Anthem of the Peaceful Army. Now, this is a great record. I listened to side one so far. So side one is great. I have not listened to side two, so I can't say that for sure yet. Um, but just from listening to side one, I highly recommend you guys pick this up if you're going to pick up a newer band these days, because these guys sound just like classic rock from the 70s. Um, Now on side one, there's The Age of Man is the first track, and that kind of, as it's the title says, it's kind of an anthem, and that one reminds me a lot of the band Rush. And track two is The Cold Wind, and that sounds like Led Zeppelin. Now, these two songs are both on YouTube. You can listen to them. So if I was you, I'd go check out The Age of Man and then listen to The Cold Wind. And you can kind of compare and contrast those two songs. And uh, for me, one sounded like Rush, the other sounded like Led Zeppelin. Um, and then later on through side one, I was even picking up some Ronnie James Dio type vocals and songs even. I believe it's called When the Curtain Falls. And track four is Watching Over. It reminded me of a lot when Dio was with Black Sabbath. And so I highly recommend you check out this record by Greta Van Fleet. Um, Now, a lot of you might say, oh, they sound too much like Led Zeppelin, because this band kind of goes either some people like them, and a lot of older people like my age don't really care for them because they're saying, oh, they're just copying Led Zeppelin. But I think this might be a gateway record for the younger crowd, introduce them to some classic rock from now this isn't classic, but it sounds like classic rock, and this could encourage them to go check out Led Zeppelin, for example, and Rush and Ronnie James Dio. um, and that would be great. We might introduce some people to some vinyl and some other classic music that they might not otherwise listen to. Otherwise, they're at home on their giant headphones they wear now, listening to what are they listening to now? It's kind of weird techno rap type stuff. Uh, Justin Bieber or whoever. Anyways, and that's my record recommendation for you. Now I have a couple of games. One is this dice game called Roll For It. This is very fun. It's 2 to 4 players. And we only played this once so far because I just got it recently. It's used, as you can tell by the box. But it was fun, and we had a lot of fun with this. It's a quick game, take you about 15, 20 minutes a game maybe. But, and it's fairly simple. It's just dice rolling, and you're trying to get to 40 points before your opponent or opponents. And as you can see on the back here, there's an example. You lay out 3 cards in front of you, and you're trying to get the numbers that are on the dice on these cards. And these are the points down at the bottom. Say you win this card, you get 10 points, and you're closer to your goal. Next is a game that we've only tried once, which I just bought this to yesterday, and that's called Exploding Kittens. And this is the adult version, but once we learn really how to play this, I think it's going to be a fun game. If you're into Uno, uh, then you might like this. And also, it's fairly simple. I know it says 2 minutes to learn, but I think it's going to take maybe 10 to 15 with our old minds. 10 or 15 minutes to learn. And this is the adult version, and it says ages 30 and up, but I think this is that's kind of a joke. And there's also a children-friendly version of this, which I'll show you why this is called why this is the adult version. And just to tell you the price, this is like 20 bucks new at Target. Here's some of the cards that are in there. Now, the object of that game is not to blow up. Whoever explodes first loses the game. And this, if you get one of these, the exploding kitten. And here's just an example of one of the exploding kitten cards. You can see the cat's attached itself to some poor soul's face and let its seed loose on him or something, and then they see the alien busting through his chest down there at the bottom, and that might be kind of scary for kids. But besides that, there's cards like this: see the future card, crawl inside a goat butt and see many wondrous things. And there's a guy with his head popped out of a goat butt. And here's another one of a mama cat, and she's kind of pooing out some kittens there, like a machine gun or something like that. And next we have a skip card which says, sail away on your penis balloon, be free little buddy. And there's a guy or something, whatever that guy is, and he's got a balloon attached to his thingy, and he's floating off there. And much like the card says skip, if you get one of these, you skip your turn and the next person goes. And that's that for today's video. I don't want to say this week because you never know when I might pop up. I might just pop up out of nowhere if I feel like it. And hope you all have a great weekend. And Colin over and out. And Weirdos Unite.